Early in the morning, it was before 8 o'clock, and there was nobody there. The watchman was it?
That was the night watchman. He bundled up his bedroll. He bundled up his bedroll and he just left.
Yes. And then there we were with Baba alone. And a little while later, Irwin and Edward came. We started to fix up Baba's tomb, put fresh flowers down, swept outside. And we were so jealous of those two sweet children. Baba called them once my western moths. They were just so blessed to be around Baba's tomb for a few months every day. But we were also very, very happy.
We were happy for them, yes, indeed, because they must have gathered some experience. They must have outlived many incarnations in those few months.
You know, and when they came back from that trip, after it was all over, they stayed one night with us overnight. And in the morning I said, "You certainly have changed since you came back from Baba's tomb." So Irwin said, if anyone who is so long near Baba's tomb and feels Baba's love and the power, if he doesn't change, then this is almost impossible to, so that's how they have changed. So very, very much, and brought back Baba's love. That's it.
Well, what's next?
Nothing anymore.
Well,
I have a question, Fred. Did you drive down in the car here to Myrtle Beach?
yeah.
Make your home here in the car
Yes.
that Baba told you to keep?
Yes. The car's downstairs, still there in apple pie order. Takes us anywhere if you want to go.
When did Baba say that you should come to Myrtle Beach?
Some 6 years ago, about 6 years ago, not quite. 6.5 years ago, 5.5 years ago, Baba said for us to settle here in Myrtle Beach.
What did he actually tell you?
When?
What? What did Baba say to you?
Baba said, what is my Fredella going to do when Fred is retiring from the Manhattan house? So we never were be thinking about anything, and we just wrote to Baba. Baba sent that message to morning. We just wrote to Baba that we want to continue to serve him and love him more and more.
He had his hand between the forehead and the stone each time one would bow down to that stone. His hand was between the stone and the forehead of the Westerner. There's not much to tell because it was mostly for the eyes to behold what was going on in that ashram. We went visit the ladies' room where they have their beddings hung up on wires underneath the ceilings. The ladies took us to the music room. And so there were no important things to report greatly, excepting Frank Eaton and I, we received a flute each. And we were doodling away, lustering on the way back, going back to Ahmednagar and Meherabad. Then Baba had the whole caravan of cars stop. And Ali came and called, "Frank, Fred?" We answered, yes. Baba wants those flutes. So, of course, Baba wants a flute, we give him. Good. A day later, in the midst of a discourse, Baba says, "Frank and Fred, do you know why I took those flutes away from you?" Of course we didn't know. So he said, "They have all the bacteria in them I ever made. So I had to take him away from you. So don't worry, be happy. The 3 weeks with Meher Baba were the most beautiful times of our lives, the beautiful weeks. He took us up to the hill behind the Mehersad and showed us the places where he went into seclusion, where the seclusion was standing on a platform. But all this has been already shown in a film before, so no sense of repeating. With the shells, that was in 56, wasn't it?
That was in 56.
Yeah.
Yes. But Baba asked us all to look for shells on the beach, you know?
Right.
And everybody brought shells to Baba for Meher, the most precious ones. Baba picked out to save them for Meher. Then we were already on the way back when Fred comes running after Baba, and he had found what you call
Angel wings.
angel wings. 2 shells grown together.
Two
like that.
halves. Two halves.
halves.
Yeah.
Like 2 wings.
Yeah. He had a joke, is he had to give me the needle that I had eaten 3 helpings. So he gave us little lessons here and there, and some of them were very poignant. This one was meant only for my greed, for sweets, that I should stay away from him, because this here proves that it's evident in itself. So you can imagine, Baba had his fun also with us at our expenses. Now, you're asking me, did Baba cut in on our thoughts when we were thinking of something else? Yes, he did. Oftentimes he would do that, and at one time, as it is in the Awakening magazine given and described, he cut in on mine and he says, "What are you thinking about, Fred?" And I say, when the heart is full, the mouth runs over. Because that was all I could say. It just came spontaneously. There was nothing I could say, really, because the feeling of fullness was there, and completeness, being with the Master. It was so complete. Nothing was lacking, really. The heart was full. The mouth closed over. You couldn't speak anymore. And that is the whole situation. So it went around from one to the other. One morning, Baba would come up to the top of the hill, or we would stand in a semicircle, awaiting his coming, and then he would go around and would say, "Well, how did you sleep?" He would make the motion, "How did you sleep?" The fellow would say, "Yes, fine, good, Baba, fine." Then the other one, he said, "How's your health?" He would show the pulse of, "How's your health?" "All right, Baba, okay. And he would make a motion like this. So he was asked whether he had been to the potty. So Baba was told, yes, he was to the potty. So that was all right. And so that goes around. Baba was very outgoing. He said, "Don't feel restricted like some masters do, that you have to stand up in his presence. I want to be your friend. Relax. You can do anything you like in my presence." And then he gave us a discourse, and that's also written down, but too long to give here in the film. And that deals with that we should, he plays with us, he jokes with us, he laughs with us. But we should never forget that he is God. That's what he said. He never could forget it while we were with him. And he still is with us. At this very moment, as I'm talking, I relive it, and as I recapture those moments of bliss and happiness and joy.
I brought the fish into Baba, and I was waiting that after Baba had finished the fish, he would come out and give me another embrace. But this time, Baba did not come out and give me an embrace, but Erich came out and he said, the fish was all right, but Baba next time would like to have it in one piece. Because I had plucked the whole fish apart, finding out if there was a bone in, you know. There was no bone in, but the fish was all in little pieces. So Baba had to pick up piece by little piece and eat it. And he wasn't very pleased about it either. Once I was alone with Baba in Ivy Deuce's house in 1952. And Baba just was at rest after his interviews, and he had called me in. And there was no one of his disciples with him. He was all alone, and I was sitting across. And he looked at me, and it was just as if he was talking to me. And one thing I said aloud, Baba asked me, "Are you happy?" I said, "Yes, Baba, I'm very happy." And then he snapped his fingers, and Sarosh came in and brought the tea. And then he motioned me that I may go. And afterward, I was thinking about it. There was nobody with Baba but Baba and myself. When Baba has asked me, I felt aloud, "Are you happy?" And I said, "Yes, Baba, I am very happy." I said aloud. But Baba, apparently he didn't speak to me. I just felt it, you know. That is when we are with Baba. It's just from him to our hearts, and we respond.
What was your...
It happened to you too once, right?
Yeah.
Baba talked to you and you answered, and Baba was not with you.
That was in 62, wasn't
In
it?
52, after Baba left
In 1952,
Manhattan House.
there were two cars. One were in entrance B and the other one in the D section and of the building. Baba was in the car, standing in front of D. And there was nobody else there. The door was open. Baba was sitting in the back of the seat with his leg in the cast. And he threw his hands up as if in great pain. And I looked at Baba and I said to Baba, "Baba, why does it have to be that way?" And I heard the words, "So it has been, so it is, and so it always will be." He was waving hand, so finally he looked at me straight and made again the motion as, "Come to me." So I said, "Yes, Papa, yes." So he made a motion like driving a car. I said, "Yes, Papa, me?" "Yes, yes, get in." So I went in. I got into the car, proud as a Spaniard. Oh, here we go, driving the Avatar. We go down the road, and all of a sudden I find myself surrounded by trees and no place to go. Oh, Baba chuckled. He chuckled. I said, "Baba, you gotta help me, I'm in the woods." So I had to back out a long way. One of the men that he got out, and he had to direct me the way back out of the woods. How I got there, I wouldn't know this day, because I knew the center like the palm of my hand. But he had his joke on me, because I always felt that I was a pretty good driver. But he wanted to show me that I ain't so good as I thought I was. Me to relate now, but the actual words, I cannot misquote Baba. That wouldn't be right.
No, you can't.
I cannot misquote him. All I remember was as it is given in the messages, the final declaration, the explanation, and then the time element and all that.
What did you think at the time? Because if you were present when Baba had said that he would break his silence, what were your thoughts, your own thoughts at that time regarding that?
I thought if Baba ever was to break his silence, it would perhaps be acknowledged by the masses as the greatest miracle, but they would be attracted by it. But I found out later on that quite the contrary, that he didn't break his silence, attracted more than he would have, broken his silence. Because everyone still expects Baba to manifest somehow, and he certainly is manifesting. You say, how? Well, not so very long ago. It's less than 10 years ago. But there were only very few Baba followers in this country. And since then, you count the pebbles on the sand, on the strand, you won't know how many there are right here in the West, right here in our country, who are aware of Baba, and they follow Baba without having a personal contact with him, but they had an inner contact with him, because the word became alive. The word he had spoken to all of us. To us, all the ones he said at one time, stay with me close now, because the time will come when you will be standing on the outer fringes and will hardly get a glimpse of me.
Stop.
On one occasion in 1954, the Meherabad, Baba said, I am God. Remember, I'm God. I sit on the ground with you, I play with you, I laugh with you. But don't forget that I am God, the divine. I know what you think now, and I know what you will think minutes from here now, but you will always be in my thoughts. I'm always with you. Then he said, I am the one who is always lost and found among mankind. It is your love for yourself that loses me, and it is your love for me that finds me. Love me above everything, for now, while I am in your midst, I am most easily found as I really am. And that was what he told us in those years. There were many things he told us, but we can't repeat them all. Our mind just gives out.
But what about Ella? Did Baba ever say to you that he was God? Did Baba ever say to you?
I told you just now.
I know. Was Ella there then when Baba said that?
No, that was 54.
Oh.
That was in 54.
Was there any time, Ella, that Baba said that he was God to you that you can remember?
That was not necessary.
Oh.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, that's right. You didn't have to say it.
No.
You knew it.
Was there any what you would call miraculous things around Baba that happened in your presence? Not that Baba ever intended to perform miracles, but did you witness anything that you would call, miraculous?
Well, that incident I told you about was to us miraculous when he sent us from Myrtle Beach to New York. That was in itself miraculous because.
You can't call that
well, how do you call it coincidence?
No, I mean
that everything fell into place.
Baba said, "Do not talk about it."
Well, I'm not talking about that. You say that this incident itself was it couldn't have been a coincidence that everything fell into place as smoothly as it did.
Always does. If Baba gives you an order and do your best, it works out just the way.
According to that, all our life is a miracle. It's a wonder.
That's right.
It is a wonder. It's a great miracle to be here now in Myrtle Beach.